right now, and you just heard moments ago from several county officials concerning the fire, the Cocos Fire, which is burning in San Marcos and Harmony Grove.
Yeah, actually, Sheriff Bill Gore is one of the officials who spoke, and of course, Sheriff Gore, you already talked about the suspicion that so many people have been raising as to whether somebody is deliberately setting these fires. I know you're at the beginning of trying to investigate this, and it takes time, especially with the fire still burning, and that you don't know how they started. You're going to handle each one individually. Is there anything that the public and law enforcement can do to be proactive in case there is someone setting these fires?
No, I think, as I stated earlier in the conference, we will investigate every one of these fires separately with our partners in the fire department and our person squad. But it's just too early. Anything now would be pure speculation. We will go back and hopefully, if the public sees anything suspicious, they will call the sheriff's department. But I think you have 9 fires in one day, but I think that speaks volumes to the conditions that we find ourselves in now with this grass. It's like kindling out there, and it's ignited at a very low temperature. And a lot of cars driving around these roads, as you know, and the catalytic converters, if they shoot off sparks or pieces of metal, that comes off at 2,500 to 3,000 degrees. This grass is ignited at 250 to 300 degrees. So I think it's premature to talk about arson, but we're not ruling it out, and every one of these fires will be investigated, and with the public's help. If they see anything, give us a call, report it.
Now, Sheriff, much of the areas that are burning right now, Harmony Grove, even cities like San Marcos, where your department is contracted for law enforcement, you are the top cop for a lot of these areas under siege right now. What have you done to move your resources in to protect the property and the lives of these homeowners?
Yeah, that's a nice part of the Sheriff's Department. We're a big enough agency with 2,600 deputies that although the San Marcos contract might be for X number, we can put 3 times that number of deputies into San Marcos should we need it. Right now we have 120 deputies today assigned to San Marcos just to guard those neighborhoods and protect the property in the areas that have been evacuated. I think that's important for your listeners to know that their property's safe. We're keeping out anybody that doesn't belong in those areas through roadblocks, and that to follow the instructions of law enforcement, resting assured that their property will be taken care of, and by them being gone, it allows all the emergency vehicles, the firefighters, police, to get in and out of those areas so they can appropriately fight these fires.
Sheriff Gore, we heard Chief Schuler mention that they had kind of a big challenge on their hands of actually getting these property owners to leave after the mandatory evacuations were ordered. Have your deputies encountered any issues with homeowners who are reluctant to go for one reason or another?
Well, you can't force people to leave when you ask them to evacuate. It's a request, it's not an order, and we strongly encourage it. We saw in the 03 and the 07 fires, people that stayed behind didn't follow the orders to evacuate, and tragically some of them were killed as they tried to leave too late, and then it puts firefighters and deputies' lives in danger when they have to go in and try to rescue these people that didn't leave. We can't force them out. We request them to leave, but some of them have not.
Sheriff, when does it rise to the level of a crime? I mean, you've got to have situations where these folks are impeding the progress of the fight to the fire. At what point does it rise to the level of a crime where you can do something about it?
Well, the people that have stayed behind, generally they stay in their residence, they stay in on their property. Most of them are out there with garden hoses to make sure that if anything comes up around their backyard or shrubbery, they're there to put it out. They follow orders pretty well because they're concerned about their property, same as we're concerned about their property. So we ask them to leave. If they don't, there's really nothing we can do to force them out, unless they get into the position of obstructing justice, which we have not had any that type of occurrence.
Oh, that's good. I mean, don't you wish sometimes you could grab a guy with a garden hose and go, look, this isn't going to do any good?
Sheriff Gore.
Yeah, and, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, so the folks who may not want to leave, as you point out, that you really can't just drag them out of their house and make them go down the road. Have there been many of those folks in your experience with the Cocos Fire that you're dealing with right now? Are there many people who are refusing to leave?
I don't have exact numbers, but I know that if I'm talking to my deputies, they've had no problem accessing these areas. There's not been any by people that did stay behind. So far I think it's been a positive experience. We just got to stop these fires.
Good. Sheriff Bill Gore, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. We appreciate the update.
Thank you guys for getting the word out. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And I want to make a point to the